Sentiment analysis is the field of study that analyzes people's opinions, sentiments, appraisals, attitudes, and emotions towards entities, organizations, individuals, events, issues, or topics. Sentiment analysis has many related names, for example, opinion mining, opinion analysis, emotion analysis, etc. Sentiment analysis originated from computer science rather than linguistics, and there is much debate on whether the field should be referred to as sentiment analysis or opinion mining. This means that sentiment analysis can be used to measure the opinion of large groups of people. Brands use these sentiment analysis tools to mine through customers' language to uncover what people like or dislike about their products. But these same tools can also be used for other purposes, like crisis analysis via social media. We are attempting to measure the public's opinion of the coronavirus and the decisions being made by the government. We compare these decisions to the opinion of the public at different times, and this enables us to examine the effects that government policy and recent coronavirus news may have on public opinion. This is important because this is a time where the U.S. is about to decide its next president, and while the quarantine and high death rates have caused presidential opinion to decrease, the president has combated this by giving the people a stimulus check.
Why use social media to track sentiment analysis? This is because social media has become a network of interconnected platforms that connects people all around the world. There are about 7.6 billion people in the world. About 4.5 billion of those people have access to the internet, but only about 3.8 billion of those people choose to take advantage of social media. And this is a lot. This is almost half of the world. Research says that by the year 2020, about 50% of the world will be using social media. This is mind-blowing, meaning that at any moment in time, you'll be able to access or reach or find information about over 50% of the world. And this is why we choose to use social media. Now, social media does consist of more than one platform. These platforms include Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. So to get the total scope of the public opinion of things through social media, you would have to access all these platforms. But that would take an immense amount of data and time and a lot of math. So we decided to narrow it down to one platform, and we chose Instagram. Because Instagram has been around long enough to mature, and has developed many organization tools to help you mine through your data, such as hashtags. And hashtags is the major reason we choose to use Instagram. It allows us to target and find certain groups of data or people and find out what they've been doing or thinking about, posting about, how they contact and interact with each other. And Instagram is just a really large platform for this. Instagram has over 500 million daily users and over 1 billion monthly users. 30% of the U.S. adults use Instagram, and 63% of Americans use Instagram. But this doesn't mean that all Instagram users are from America, because at least 89% of Instagram users live outside of America. For this project, we had to find a way to target specific information within Instagram related to the coronavirus. So we decided to use their hashtag system. The hashtag system categorizes information based on similar attributes or aspects or characteristics that the post may share. And the way we measured this is by putting the information into a sentiment analysis analyzer, or a machine online that you put words into, and it gives you back a score of how positive or negative the information is. So we decided to divide our information into a few groups. We collected posts from 8 different hashtags. Each hashtag had 30 posts, so a total of 240 posts. For each hashtag, we collected 10 posts from each month that the coronavirus has been going on. So 10 posts from February, 10 posts from March, 10 posts from April. For each post, added up to 240 posts. And we collected a sentiment score for each of those posts. We put those posts into an Excel sheet, and we used the data to figure out what is the average sentiment score for each month and how has it changed over time. And we hypothesized why it's changed and how it will change in the future.
We predicted that the sentiments would be mostly negative We predicted this because many Americans in the South have negative views about how their state governments are handling the coronavirus outbreak. In February of 2020, a poll showed that 77% of the population were somewhat confident that the federal government could handle the outbreak, but a March poll showed that the public's trust in the government's ability to handle the outbreak had dropped to 61%. Some people even believe the virus is not as serious as the media is portraying it to be. Almost 4 out of 10 Americans believe the coronavirus is being greatly exaggerated in the media.
All right, the results of this research were very similar to what we predicted before the research. Since at the beginning of the coronavirus epidemic in February, the public wasn't too serious and they didn't know the true severity of the outcome of how things would turn out. So things weren't too bad, and they expected the government to handle things well because they have a lot of belief and a lot of trust in our government. So the public opinion started about a -11, -11.5. And then going into March, the public opinion began to decrease as the quarantine was enacted and other countries started to show how serious the coronavirus was, and it started to head toward Americans. And then many articles came out about how we were handling the situation and when we were expected to be out of it. The quarantine was extended, the government provided us stimulus, and people really came together to try to fight it, and hopefully they will continue to come together. So that caused the score to rise to about 6 or 5.8 right now in April. We expect that the score will continue to rise because America is continuing to come out of the epidemic. As long as things do not get worse, the score for next month should rise, especially after the government has provided a stimulus and many other coronavirus aids to help people. All right. These graphs are really the meat and cheese of our research. It's everything. So the first graph shows that our theory is true, that has how the public opinion of how things have been handled and how the coronavirus has resulted within our state and then globally has been pretty negative and has continued to go negative as we reach the worst months of the virus. But as we're coming out of it, the public opinion is starting to increase, and this is a critical time for America, seeing as we're about to go into an election. So this would be a very appropriate thing to study and to see how the decisions that the government and President Trump are making is affecting the public opinion. And this could be a large predictor in how things will go soon or later in future elections. And the second graph just shows the change of public opinion over time for each specific hashtag. And it doesn't matter much to show that which specific hashtag it is just to show that not all groups had this exact change. Some groups are still negative or went a little bit worse because they were in worse conditions and they went through different things.
Starting in February, the average sentiment score began at negative 11.43. This is because people did not know the full gravity of the situation yet. In March, the government declared a national emergency. Many people lost their jobs, the economy came to a halt, and the average sentiment score dropped by a total of 10.665. When April began, people were looking forward to quarantine coming to an end, and the average sentiment score rose by 27.96. The public opinion changed how we predicted it to. Everyone was expecting quarantine to end, so the public opinion of the situation has improved. People are starting to plan events like the one on the left, but I wouldn't say it's really a good idea to attend large gatherings so soon. Our research suggests that the public opinion will continue to improve as the country continues to fight the epidemic.